Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Matty boy, we made it.
We're in New York City.
We're in New York City. We're delighted to be joined by Trevor, who's come in. Delighted you've joined us this morning. We're going to do a quick fit for you this morning, Trev.
Awesome, looking forward to it.
This is the first time we've met, first time we've dived into Trevor's bag.
It
really
is.
didn't know kind of what you had coming in. You've got some good stuff, some Cobra irons, Cobra driver 3-wood, TaylorMade rescue, and Callaway Cobra mix on the wedges. So it's a pretty good bag setup. You're a 14 right now, Trev, so you know you have good days and you have some days where you struggle a little bit with it. Like every 14, that's the name of the game when you're at that handicap. But you know, you guys, when you see Trevor hit it, you know you'll do the usual like, how is he a 14?
Yes, we always hear that.
Yeah, but you know the one-off great shots are, you know, obviously on bad days are followed by some inconsistencies in there as well, which is the same as what we all struggle with. So. We're going to look at driver specifically, but I want to kind of hit some irons because after watching you warm up, I think we can talk about why I think you struggle a little bit with the driver. We can talk about some of the technical elements to that, and then we can get into the actual driver fit itself. So why don't you kind of warm up, and we've given you a 9-iron there, Cobra Forged Tech, Matty.
Nice
really,
ones.
really nice iron.
I like those.
So talk to me about your iron game, Trevor, specifically. What do you see when you're having some struggles on a certain day?
What I notice is when I come down on the swing path, it kind of comes a little bit to the inside, so my miss is always off to the right.
Sure.
And so it takes off distance, obviously.
Yeah.
But overall, it's not too far off where it doesn't make the ball playable.
Definitely.
But overall, it's just kind of losing off on that distance.
If we look actually at your club path, it's really pretty neutral. I mean, 0.3. So at the point of impact, we have the club pretty much moving on the target line.
Good face angle too.
Good face angle in that one. But to Trevor's point of he has a miss to the right, and kind of why would that be? When we look at angle of attack, so we're hitting 9-iron right now, and we've got a kind of positive angle of attack.
Right, we want to see maybe the opposite. We want to see a -5 versus a +5.
Exactly.
Okay.
So an open face and an upward angle of attack tell me that Trevor early extends,
Right.
and the pivot stalls,
Okay.
and the face has nowhere to go.
Right.
So let's hit a few where, you know, we're going to kind of almost take the speed away, and I literally just want you to feel like you're really focused on just turning a little bit more. Okay, so if we were to say, got a little object out here, right? So to make a couple of practice swings just there for me. Okay, so yeah, club head in line with the ball, and I want you to kind of like imagine that you're going to bottom the club out somewhere out in front here. Okay, so a little bit more rotation. Excellent. Okay, so you made impact right around there. Let's go again. Okay, I want you to almost feel like a little bit more squat in your knees, and I want you to kind of keep that. Okay, I want you to feel like you're down, your pressure's down into your feet. Brilliant. That was even better, right? So much nicer kind of low point control in that one. Excellent.
Better, way
Good.
better.
Good. Great to have, even though we're doing a driver together today, it's really good for me to see you hit some irons, see, you know, maybe some of those struggles, and it paints the whole picture. Whereas, you know, if we just saw you hit drivers, we would see a fraction of the picture. Now I can see, you know, I can see the whole thing for you. I can know days where you struggle a little bit. I can see days when you have your, you know, your best game. If the ball's sitting perched up a little bit, maybe in the first cut of rough, you're licking your lips at it going, perfect. If it's sitting down a little bit, or maybe even on a little bit of a down slope, and you've got to try and make good contact off a bit of a down slope, you know, it's got to start getting a little bit harder to control that low point. Beauty.
It's really nicely hit, Trevor, there.
Where we look at the irons and kind of potentially look at times that going up, with the driver it almost looks like a bit the opposite. It's kind of quite a flat ball flight. You know, if the fairways are running, you'll get lots of distance. If not, then you're maybe, you know, coming up a little light on distance. I mean, that one there's giving us 218 on the carry. The previous one was 209. So, you know, for as much speed as you've got, you're definitely worth a little bit more in the carry. So we'll look at some driver combos, Trevor, that are going to get a little bit more launch angle for you, and probably, to be honest, start with something that pushes it too high, and then bring you back. Excellent.
That sounded great.
Ball speed jumping really nicely there.
Yeah. It's hit really solid, Trevor. Really solid.
Yep, just left the face, just hung it a little open. Good man.
Good,
Excellent.
yeah. Good, Trevor.
So it's interesting. So going up to the 11 degree, but we never really got to make much of a dent in the dynamic loft or the height. So
we want to get the ball, let's say, closer to 80, 90 feet?
Yeah. Oh boy, Trevor.
That's a different looking ball. It's a great swing too. Very similar numbers.
Alrighty, so trying to keep as much about what we liked about that last one. I mean, there was a lot to like.
Some really great shots there.
Yeah, you're really increasing that carry number quite significantly.
Kind of in the 230 range?
230 range, going out to 250. So you asked a great question there. Is the reason it's you know, not going out much further, is that because of the spin rate? And exactly right. So if I was to pull up one number there, Trevor, just where the cursor is, land angle, right? So as we look at from the peak of the apex, so right at the top of the flight coming down to the ground, we want that to be for you a little bit closer to the mid 30s. So about 35 degrees would be great, and that manages the angle coming down, and then will allow us to get a little bit more roll as it hits the fairway. That's really close.
Wow, that is really close.
So close. Contact was entirely different there. So, yeah, total distance is up really nicely. Stealth 2, 10-5, Ventus TR red. So trying to just, again, keep or give you the feeling it's easier to turn the club over. And we're really close where we are right now, but a couple more little adjustments.
I like that one. Wow.
Do we ever?
Whoa.
268.
Well, that was something else.
Jumping club speed, jumping ball speed.
Hello.
94, launch up, spin down.
Not bad, just the
I
face a
know,
little bit.
just
Look at
the
the spin
face.
on that.
So much better.
Yeah, those numbers are great. It's really two in a row that launched around 14,
Feels
spun
good.
around 26, carried around 245. Wow, great swing, Trevor.
Attaboy.
Jeez.
So a little bit low in the head, feel it a fraction thin. So just kick the spin up because of that, but
Otherwise, such a good motion you put on that. Squared the face up nicely.
Felt better.
so good on
Wow,
ball speed.
quick. That's a great drive there.
Yeah.
a touch of spin maybe from a groove low, but
Probably,
I mean, this is a great flight. If 75 feet becomes his miss, and obviously we saw some earlier that were 80, 90 feet that were perfect at 246. You're right, we've tried so many things and come back to the Stealth 2 combo, and it's by far the best one for him, isn't it?
You made a good point about just the other heads seem to be slower. That's inherently a comfort level.
He's really confident with this, and that getting it up to 99 instead of, we saw 94 with the Titleist for whatever reason, maybe just wasn't as confident with it. But
anything different when you swing this one that you feel a little different with it, or just maybe just knowing you've hit some great shots with it?
Personally, the head itself feels a lot lighter.
Okay.
A lot more smoother when you're coming through. Yeah.
Interesting. So it's just suiting your timing and feels like you can whip through it with some more speed.
Yeah.
Good.
It definitely is.
Sounded mashed.
Amazing.
Yeah, really good, Trevor. Really good. It's good to see. I mean, you're consistently 98, 99 club head speed. You're 144 plus. Ball speeds, launch is good, spin is good.
Land angle's much better than what it started out.
That's kind of what you wanted. I remember really early in the video you said it was around 43 when we started. You said it would be nice to see it around 30 something.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got now.
If we look at these numbers right here, Trevor, so if we look at optimal for your speed, so TrackMan is a cool setting on optimizer. So it tells us that yes, ball speed you're getting out of this is brilliant for how fast you're swinging. Launch angle, if you can just tick it back into the 14 territory, you'll be good. Spin where you are is good, and then around 90 is optimal for you. So early on, if we just kind of click on yours, we were just so much under it from a height perspective.
Spin, launch, ball speed a little bit low, everything.
Everything was kind of quite a bit down relative to what we ended up there.
So that's pretty cool. So we've really done about 20 yards of carry, and on his best ones, more like 30 yards of carry.
Yeah.
But even to bring his average drive up, 20 yards in the air is a big accomplishment on average, and you'll hit those bombs that are 250 in the air at times with that driver.
A process there with Trevor that you guys will see, we're kind of going through a bunch of different heads.
We did.
Things that we thought would work. We were kind of saying off camera, TSR2, we really thought that would be good. G430 Max thought that would be good. It was an absolute shutout for Stealth 2.
It really was, which it just shows you when you go for a fit, there is going to be some head that stands out for you. It doesn't always matter if it's, just your comfort level or your confidence in it that made the difference, but it obviously, it pushed itself ahead of the others by quite some margin.
It really did, and fell into all those sort of perfect, ideal sort of parameters for Trevor. So
really good.
Yeah, good to see it. And shaft change as well, Ventus Black, and we kind of went around some Fuji NX, we tried some Diamana TB, we tried some Diamana GT, and ended up in Ventus Red TR, so stiffer handle, softer tip, something that, Trevor said the first shafts we gave him felt a lot softer than his Ventus Black, and this ended up feeling somewhere in between the two, which is perfect.
Which gives him more feel and more kind of action at the ball, but not too much.
Definitely. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for more here from Club Champion New York, and we will see you again soon.